Morning. I'm trying to fiddle with a little thing. Oh my god, there's right out of the gate. That's it's a tier 3 sub, a subby. 35 months for Mike Bliss. 35 months of subbing. Hi Stephen and Alan Kepler. Beep beep, I'm driving a subby. Oh, hi Mike. That's a strong start to this morning. Immediately followed by, I don't know if it's a strong start of me opening up this tiny little thing. Okay, so Mal's gonna come up here with some homemade jam. Because Mal made homemade jam.
I made 2 types.
2 types, kiwi and strawberry kiwi. I tried a little bit of it. It's fantastic, but
Do you want to try the kiwi?
Oh yeah, I only tried strawberry kiwi.
Yeah, you want to try kiwi?
Maybe just a tiny bite. So that's the thing. I didn't want anything sweet this morning. Wow. Certainly looks impressive. Check this out. Look at this. You're in the light.
It's a bit thinner, or the strawberry.
Thinner?
The strawberry kiwi was more like a thick. It gelled up better. That's a bit softer, more like a. Something else.
How did I manage to get that on me?
I don't know.
Held it for a second.
It's not as sweet, I think. It's more sour.
Touched it for a second. No. Anyway. What happened? Are you kidding me? I feel like I need a wet nap. I barely touched it. When you spread it, did you put it on the outside? You were like, shh. It's on other fingers. No way. I refuse to believe this. How did this happen?
Go wash your hands.
How could this happen to me? I touched the jam. Life goes on and I touch the jam.
Is there more to that song?
Maybe. You'll see. So everybody different. But I'm one of those people who don't like to touch the jam.
Boy! A land made of milk and honey!
Can you hand me the glasses cleaner?
Here you go. Sticky belongs in your mouth, not on your hands. Like M&Ms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How's your breakfast?
It's fine. I didn't want anything sweet, which there's a little sweet.
With the craisins?
Yeah. But it's still nice.
Haley cleaned my glasses when we were in Birmingham,
Yeah.
and they were spotless. And I've managed to make them dirty already.
She cleaned mine,
But that's better.
and my glasses have never been that clean.
I know, right?
I didn't know that there was glass there anymore. And it was short-lived. And I didn't touch them. It's just
That's just...
That's just how, it's what happens. Anyway.
Hi, Kepler. He does not care. He's been up for like 2 hours causing trouble.
You having a bad brain day? Come here.
It's a very Elspeth look to him right now.
You having a bad brain day? Come lay down. You lay down. No more bad brain.
Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm. Currently, bad brain. Solution, lay down. Okay, you gotta get situated. You gotta get comfy.
He wants the cheese.
Cannot eat my cheese. No, don't intimidate the boy. Get him to lay down. Perfect. No more bad brain. Bad brain over. Fixed it. You all fixed up. Dr. Saturn can boing do all for you. Yep, just needs to cuddle. Anyway. Yes. Yes. Good cat. You jam it?
Mm-mm.
I think me and you are just different people. The
Who
level.
gave you that idea?
Well, let me tell you the
Oh, okay.
example. The example I have is the level of care put into making sure that the jam does not extend beyond the barriers of the bread. I give myself extra margins so I don't even get close to the edges. It's not worth the risk. I don't like to risk it. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Tuesday? Tuesday.
Did you need to lay down too?
I just had to think about what day it was, which is literally every day of my life. So that part's not weird. Hello after 7 minutes. Has it been that long? It's fine. It's totally fine. Monday 2. It's everyone's least favorite day. Monday 2. Yama asked, do you need a nap? Yes. Yes. I stayed up a little late last night. Not super late, but a little bit late. Because I needed to get some things done. And I did.
How late did you stay up?
A little late. Said that.
Take the fastest bulldozer to go buy Tiny Eddie's oven roasted garlic mint chugs.
Leaf says, I'd like a Tiny Eddie, please. Is this the one you wanted? Oven roasted garlic mint chunks. Also, I'm not sure.
It was real nice until it hit mint.
Oven roasted garlic is good.
Mm-hmm.
Mint.
It's been a long time since we roasted like a whole thing of garlic.
Vagabond says I could work with lamb.
True. Like, remember when I made Aush? The Afghanistan chili?
Yeah.
That had mint and lamb and garlic in it. And I think chickpeas.
I was about to say, have I ever had garlic and mint together?
Probably that.
Oh boy! A land made of milk and honey!
Okay.
I
Garlic,
didn't like the mint in it. I thought it could have used less mint.
garlic.
But you thought it was good.
Garlic and mint is not typically something that I think you would put together in your head, but like I guess I've eaten that before, which is like different.
The alerts are echoing.
I've seen some people mention that, and that's bizarre, as the settings are all
The same.
identical. So that's weird. I mean, I can fix it. I have no idea why this morning is any different, but I turned it down. Nothing has changed at all. So I'm not sure why. All the volume is the same. Anyway, I turned the TV down so it won't happen. It is easy to fix. I'm just like, meh. Okay. Weird. Eating cheese in the morning
With coffee?
is divine.
With coffee?
Why does that matter?
We're different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wouldn't life be, like, really boring if we're the same? When you're different people, you really, like, keep each other on each other's toes. Because you don't know what the other person's going to do or say. Isn't that kind of fun? That's kind of fun. I like that a lot. Who knows what you might say next?
Anyway, that jam was delicious. Do you get a lot of, like, fresh fruit in your area? Is it like like here where we get peaches all summer like crazy because we grow way more peaches than Georgia? You can make peach jam.
It
Make
is.
freezer jam because then you don't have to worry about actual canning.
It is not that difficult to make jam. So,
It's really good.
I would recommend it. If you like jam,
We had a lot of kiwis.
because like it's fresh jam.
So I was like, what can I do with this? Jam? So I made jam.
We wound up. What goes in? It's like you need sugar and
What is freezer jam? So freezer jam is basically regular jam, but you don't do the canning process to make it shelf stable.
yeah. So
you-
like if you make it, you gotta eat it.
Chrissy G says, to be honest, water bath canning isn't hard either. Yes, but I've never done it. I really just need to like visit Haley and then learn how to do it.
Anytime we need to do anything new, step 1, visit Haley.
Anyway,
Anyway,
all I did is I had my saucepan, and it's like 3 cups of kiwi, a box of the pink Sure Gel from the store where the canning supplies are in the grocery store, because that one uses less sugar, if you want less sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then sugar, and a little bit of lime juice, and kind of just like cook up, and a little bit of water, and you just like cook up the sugar and the water.
very few
And
ingredients.
the Sure Gel, and then you let that like boil for a minute and stir it because otherwise it'll burn because it's sugar. And you pour the fruit in, and you mix it up off heat, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's like just a few steps and ingredients. Yeah. Easy peasy is right, Popsky. I encourage everyone to make jam. If you like jam. If you don't like jam, don't make jam.
There's directions in the Sure Gel box. One side is for freezer jam, and the other side is for canned jam.
Yeah. But it is nice, because, like, if you do like jam on toast, it's, like, it's super fresh.
It tastes really
It's
bright in
yeah.
a way like
Yeah.
store-bought jam doesn't.
Yeah, it's like, it's lifted or something. It's like,
Yeah.
you can taste that it's different.
Like, they're doing strawberry picking at the farms around here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't just use up all of my jars making kiwi and strawberry kiwi jam, I would like to go make, like, fresh from the field strawberry jam.
Hard. Ferocious. Flamboyant. The new simulation game starring Brock Burns at 8.2 out of 10 from IGN.
It's from Abyss Fenrir says, wonder what game I'll get from Rad's store for my birthday. Well, first off, happy birthday.
I got an 8.2 out of 10 on IGN.
Hey, that's good. It's a simulation game starring Brock. So... Also, what a wild collection of words. Hard, ferocious, flamboyant.
He's the stone, not stone.
Stone. I mean,
Stone.
Rock.
Rock. Gym leader, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go... dating sim?
That checks.
Dating sim. Pervy dating sim. You can unlock Master Roshi later in the game. We don't make the rules. We just adhere to them. I mean, hard can mean difficult. 41 months from Missing No Leader, 21 months from ZZJet64, 18 months from Tiger413, 300 bits from Cabri. He says, I found Dot's pretzels in my grocery store. I recognize them from the vlog. I can't eat them, but my husband is enjoying them greatly.
They are very good.
We haven't had a bag in a while because we ate a lot of them
They also don't sell them at the stores we normally go to.
in a short amount of time. It's true.
They have them at Kroger, and we don't really go to Kroger.
But they good. They really good. And also, I think awarding them Snack of the Year last year was wise because they seem to be... What's the word? Liked by most. Because earlier this year I was like, man, these ranch potato chips are great. And I've had a lot of people try them and be like, they're fine. And I'm like, oh. But everyone that tried the Dots pretzels are like, wow, these are really good. So, Dots pretzels are really good. If anyone hasn't had them, give them a shot. We're not sponsored. But I wish we were. If they gave me like...
There's some things that we really like and enjoy that we'd be like, man.
well, that's the thing, right? That would be the best sponsors.
Yeah.
Something you're already talking about.
Yeah.
How I get them to give me $1 every time I say their name? I would have already made a few dollars.
What about a bag of pretzels every time you say their name?
That's even more valuable than a few dollars.
True.
We're about the same.
Depends what their markup is. I don't know.
Get that pretzel money. As for Delight says, are they that much better than normal pretzels?
So they have a seasoning on them.
It's the seasoning.
It's the seasoning.
It's the seasoning. You're buying this. And I kind of, there's a part of me that wonders if they'll release that seasoning.
It'd be so good on a soft pretzel. Oh my god.
I would like to try it.
Yeah.
Because they did it. They put that seasoning on their Cheetos.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it didn't work so great. Like, it's fine, but it's not as good as the pretzels. So I don't know. Because, you know, if you... Little piece of side advice. If you visit the Southeast, if you live in the Southeast, then just pop on down to your local Bojangles. But if you visit the Southeast, and you go to the Bojangles, and you get yourself some fries, and you're like, man, these are really good.
You can buy their seasoning.
Just
through
turn back
drive-thru.
around, go through the drive-thru, and buy the seasoning. Take the seasoning home. Put the seasoning on, like, potato products, whether it's your French fries or hash browns or whatever. So I kind of wonder
Do
if
they
Dots
sell
will,
them on their website?
Dots will do that. Probably. It's cheaper to get them through a drive-thru.
They have them on Amazon, but it's really stupidly expensive.
Like, if you're visiting the Southeast, just go through a drive-thru and be like, hey, I need some of that seasoning.
Does that sound right? $6?
Yeah, it's probably right.
Their website has it for $6.
Yeah, but you probably have to pay shipping.
It's a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have to pay shipping. But you could pick up some Bojangles merch, like a biscuit pillow. They have a pillow that looks like a biscuit. It looks ridiculous. Kind of looks like a potato.
Nerdy Guy says, I live in the most southeast possible Florida, and there's no Bojangles here.
Right? When we were in Florida in December, and Carly and Kyle were there, that trip, Carly was like, where's the nearest Bojangles? And I'm like, I don't know, Tallahassee? And we looked, and it was like around Orlando. It was like permanently closed,
Well,
permanently
first off-
closed, permanently closed.
First off, Florida isn't the southeast. Florida is on... if you look at a compass, it is towards the southeast, but it is not the southeast. Florida's Florida. I don't know, everything that I said before is still correct. Bojangles is available in the southeast. Southeast includes Georgia, South Carolina,
Alabama,
and
North Carolina.
and nothing further into the southeast. It's just this other place. There's the mouse. The mouse is there,
The mouse.
and they do the rockets.
They do the rockets.
That's it. Thomas will hear about this. Thomas would agree. Thomas
Thomas is not from Florida.
Thomas is a South Carolinian like me.
Yeah. Now, Dan.
Dan would agree. Well, actually, no. The first thing Dan would go is, hey! Because he does that. There's a lot of times where we'll say something about Florida, and Dan will go, hey! And then we'll say, but Dan, and he'll go, you're right. If I had a nickel for every time that's happened over the last, 15 years that I've known Dan,
It happens, more than once a year.
oh, I was going to say it happens, once a month. Usually it's something on game night on Saturday.
Yeah.
Someone will be like, can you believe Florida? And Dan will go, hey! And then we'll go, but Dan, and he'll go, you're right. I'd have several dollars. Oh, Florida does have gators too. Because an absurd amount of
Way
alligators.
more than we do.
Like,
I thought they had the same as us.
No.
But
no,
having,
no. Because
been there multiple times lately.
we have alligators.
Yeah.
You can, find an alligator.
Yeah.
But in Florida, alligators find you.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. You're just looking and everywhere.
And
Alligators.
even inland, because we don't have gators inland in South Carolina. They're only coastal.
Yeah. Anyway. Bet that dog. 4 months from Umami Meow. That's cute. 37 months from BC 2014. 6 months from Stalker Mike 1987. 41 months from Jizak. 43 months from Chrissy G. 28 months from Jolteron. 4 months from Soliloquy. Oh. I thought
Soliloquy?
it's soliloquy. Well, here's what my problem was. I thought the Q was a G, and I was starting to try to read it as soliloguy.
Oh, that's a Q.
And then when I realized it was a Q, and that's how you spell soliloquy, then my brain was like, it's just soliloquy. It took me a long time to get there. I got there. 300 bits from Slick Duke, who says, I was texting my brother yesterday and was searching for a GIF with the word pizzazz. The fourth option was one of Dan. I was pleasantly shocked to find one of Dan easily with a simple keyword.
One of my favorite things about,
Is it the one where Dan's going...
Probably.
Maybe that's it.
One of my favorite things with, the built-in GIF searches is people who don't know, that some of our friends are on the blog and end up on that. Thomas's cousin found one of Thomas and was like, Thomas, why are you in this?
Yeah.
It was real good.
Almost all of those GIFs, when you find them in those little search engine things, almost all of those are thanks to the King of Cream. But also true. Almost all of those are courtesy of the Stephen GIF Twitter account, which is run by BC 2014. So if you ever come across a GIF and you're like, oh yeah, you can thank BC because, you know, he's almost certainly the one that did it. Also, it's a great Twitter account. Like, really, really good.
They'll make your kids bodacious. Tiny Eddie's died rat bars.
Died rat bars. That was Mitch Maldo says, Tiny Eddie, is this a good competitor for Snack of the Year?
No. No.
It certainly doesn't sound appetizing.
Tiny Eddie said, Tiny Eddie's manager of the factory said, hey Eddie, we got a problem. Too many rats.
Oh, it's okay if you dye them. Eddie, we were thinking about dyeing them. Oh, I hope they're already dyed. No, not dead, Tiny Eddie. Like, dye them. Oh, that's a great idea. And then we'll put a popsicle stick in the back hole.
Did you talk about that?
My back hole?
Colonoscopy.
It's not that kind of stream. What?
Colonoscopy.
Oh, what is it you want to know?
Did you say that it went well and...
That
Can't
happened,
remember.
That happened last... When did I do it?
I don't remember.
When was that?
Last Tuesday. Right? Was it Tuesday?
When was my back hole?
Thursday. It was Thursday. We skipped lunch bunch, that's why.
Yeah, we talked about it because I had just finished it. I got out of the shower and then did it. Do you not remember that?
We did the stream and then we left early and then went to the appointment.
We did the stream early.
Yes, but then you had the appointment.
Oh. Well, nothing happens during the colonoscopy.
Are there results?
The thing that is like notable about a colonoscopy is not the
colonoscopy.
The scopy. I did this.
Oh boy!
Just intrinsically, inherently, I was like, the scopy. Make Thomas lose it again. That's not the thing. It's the
Usually
prep.
they tell you something afterwards, circle now squared said.
I was out. They told Mao. And
Yes.
they said everything looked good.
Yes, but there were biopsies just to make sure, and those results are not in yet.
Yeah.
And then Steven wanted Bojangles for lunch. And he vlogged immediately after he got in the car. And he is way more loopy than when he had the upper endoscopy. You were more loopy.
Same amount of loopy.
Slightly
It's the
more
same
loopy. You
amount
weren't
of-
as loopy as when you had your appendectomy. Or your
Well, yeah.
cystoscopy.
Listen. Fun little science fact people may not know. There are different kinds of anesthesia.
Yeah, there's like 4 levels.
Yeah.
3 or 4 levels.
There's anesthesia, anesthesia 2, SSJ3 anesthesia, and anesthesia God anesthesia. So there's all these different levels of anesthesia, and when you do an appendectomy, it's a high level one.
Yes, like my surgery.
Because when you have the anesthesia, it takes you like a while to like get out of it. Like you're still loopy and you're not really forming memories very clearly. This other thing that they do for endoscopies and colonoscopies.
Is Padawan back up here this morning?
When you have those, you like wake up. Put her there. So it's like a low level thing. So when they want you to wake up, you wake up and you start forming all your memories like immediately. So like for my appendectomy, everything is super fuzzy and I only have the memories because of what the vlog shot. Mm-hmm. But with the colonoscopy and the endoscopy, as soon as they woke me up, I can remember. I mean, I'm still a little loopy, but I remember everything that happened. I remember what I told the nurse and talked to and stuff like that. Yeah. What were we talking about?
The results.
Oh, yeah. We don't have them. They're gonna, like... It's going to probably be another week before we get
No,
the
I bet
biopsy
they'll call you
result.
by like Thursday.
They said 7 to 10 business days.
I bet they'll call you this week yet.
It has been...
Thursday or Friday.
It has been 5 business days.
Well, they called you for the upper one.
So they could...
Less than that.
They could call me this week, I guess. Yeah. In my experience, this place, they take their time. You know? It's been 2 business days?
Friday and Monday. They may not have been open
It's going to be
Monday.
next week. It's going to be next week. I counted actual days.
Yeah, I know
not
you
business.
did.
I'm not good at that. It's going to be next week.
Maybe.
But next
We'll
week,
see.
maybe I'll know something. I don't know. I'm also never going to see the doctor again. They passed me off a long time ago to...
The PA.
Yeah. And the person that did my
Colonoscopy.
colonoscopy wasn't my doctor. It was a different doctor. Because they wanted to move it up. So they moved it up. And in order to move it up, they gave me to a different doctor. Who was nice. I met them briefly before I went out. But like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Basically, is where I'm at.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Don't say that. It sounds like they just grabbed a random person off the street.
Hey, you. You want to do a scopy? Get the cream.
I hate everything about this.
Welcome to Breakfast Stream. Breakfast Stream. I hate everything about this. 300 Bits Radio Dread says, it's a clown test.
They grabbed Bill from accounting.
Hey, Bill. You think you can do this? I've only dreamt of this. 42 months from Airdash3K, 42 months also from Ultra Husk, 29 months from Toaster Wolf 99, 25 months from Charlemagne 25. 300 Bits from Furry Zoe says, so recently my doctor told me I need to cut down on my sugar intake. At one point, I told her the drawers in my fridge are where food goes to die because I forget it's there. So she told me to put my soda there. I like that. I like that. I think, like in a general sense, probably everyone could stand to cut down on sugar. I go through weird phases where, like, I don't feel like I eat a lot of excess sugar, but I'll go through a period where my brain, like, it becomes hyper aware of it. Mm-hmm. It's like hyper aware of sugar, and it's like, hey, no. Like this morning, it's not that I'm trying to be healthy. I'm not trying to be healthy. But it's like my brain's like, you don't want that right now. Don't do that. And when I have the little cranberry, my brain's like, stop it. I told you no. Don't do that. Don't do that. I've done that before too. Popsky says, I've cut out soda completely. Went right for sparkling water. I don't like sparkling water, but I've cut out soda before. Now I just have a better relationship with it.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where it's not even that I was drinking a lot of soda, but I was known online, like people associated me with like Jones Soda, which is great soda. I love Jones Soda. But since then, I've gotten to the point where I drink basically exclusively like water, coffee, and tea. And I'll usually have a soda maybe like once a week.
Yeah. You don't have it that often. And
I don't miss it. And
I have it even less unless there's an event going on like Extra Life or Coliseum.
You know what the big change...
Then I'm like, is Mountain Dew.
You know what the big change in both of our lives has been, though?
What?
With a sugar drink is sweet tea.
Yeah, we did do that.
We don't drink sweet tea anymore. We haven't
I
drank...
cannot remember the last time I had sweet tea. I do, actually. It was on the way to Florida when we dropped off people at the airport after Extra Life. Do you remember? And then we went through a drive-thru somewhere and they gave us sweet tea. And we were not happy about it because we were confused.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was the last time I had sweet tea.
Yes, Renee, but they'll welcome us in Florida. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah, it's hard if you've been drinking a lot of unsweet tea. It's hard. I remember.
We started by doing like half and half.
Yeah, it was a process because you have to decide that like. You have to decide that you want to do it. There's no part if you grew up in the South and you drank sweet tea for like a lot of your meals. Making the move to unsweet is like it's not like a thing you wake up one day and you're like, now I want to do this. It's like it's a very conscious effort, and it's an effort.
But cold
it's
brew,
really hard to do.
Cold brew unsweet tea, real good.
Yeah. It's an acquired taste. You have to want to do it. Mr. Gameboy says I'm literally doing that transition right now. So here's the problem with sweet tea. Sweet tea is delicious.
Yes.
That's the problem with sweet tea. You know, when we were growing up, we made sweet tea at home a lot, and like, there's a fair bit of sugar in sweet tea, and like it runs the gamut, right? Like you can do.
Extronaut says sweet tea is gross, and you can kick me out of North Carolina for saying it.
Well, so like, if you don't grow up drinking it,
I didn't know it was a thing until I met you.
It's
and I had a hard time finding it in Wisconsin.
I really want to stress this for like folks that aren't part of the Southeast, that aren't part of the U.S. Like, it is a cultural thing. It is not like, oh, they just drink the like, no, it's like, if you grow up here, in a lot of times that is like a cultural identity thing. You go to every single restaurant has sweet tea. Every single one. And if you don't have sweet tea, what are you doing? That is what everyone here drinks.
Normally, well, not normally. A lot of the time when we've had bad unsweet, it's because they pay more attention to the sweet tea.
Oh my God. There's been many times where it'll taste like musty or something.
Yeah.
And you know it's because they aren't cleaning the unsweet tea
or
urn as
making
often.
A new one
or making a new one as often as the sweet tea. So, yeah. Yeah, and like it's possible to grow up in the South and not drink sweet tea, but it's like a family thing.
Yeah.
You know, if your family drinks sweet tea, then you're gonna probably drink sweet tea as well. So,
But like, even McDonald's in Wisconsin didn't have sweet tea. They do now because
McDonald's having sweet tea is a fairly recent phenomenon.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, like, growing up, I had never heard of it. We didn't have it at Culver's, and I worked there, so I would know. If I'd be like, oh yeah, that thing that we have that no one orders.
At some point...
But now they all have it in Wisconsin.
At some point, McDonald's adopted sweet tea, and it is way sweeter than it has any right to be. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, really sweet, even for people that drink sweet tea. And then it became like a national thing. Mm-hmm. But growing up, like going to like McDonald's, and I actually wonder now, I can't remember, maybe our McDonald's had sweet tea and McDonald's outside of the Southeast didn't have it?
Probably.
Maybe, I don't know. But I definitely remember that McDonald's didn't like have sweet tea until like later on. It wasn't until I was in like middle or high school where they were like, now we have sweet tea everywhere in the world.
No one I knew really drank unsweet either.
Yeah.
Like at restaurants or like when I worked at Culver's, no one ordered unsweet tea. It was always soda or root beer.
Anyway, it's a cultural thing, so everywhere has it, and if you grow up in that mindset and you drink it, who wouldn't want sugar? Sugar's great. Have you ever had sugar? It's great. But in order to like transition, it's a conscious effort.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it took a bit of time, and it's an acquired taste. But
and
eventually,
now sweet tea is weird.
It is.
It's so weird to drink.
It's weird. I can drink it. Like if I go to someone's house and most people don't make a jug of each. Most people just are like, "Would you like some tea?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then they pour it, and then I remember, oh God, this is extremely sweet.
That's because it's a
I
super
can still drink it.
saturated solution. You heat
Yeah.
it up so you can get more sugar into it dissolved.
Yeah.
You could make rock candy in sweet tea.
Yeah. One of the things that I did over the years as I was making it is I would put in less sugar because
Yeah.
I realized that you don't need as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like 2.5, 3 cups of sugar
Yeah.
for a gallon.
Yeah.
Like, that is so much. Like, when you're making it, like in adulthood, making tea and realizing like how much a cup of sugar is a lot of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. To consciously as an adult put 3 cups into what's going to be a gallon of tea is wild. But it's just part of like
Have we
How
ever
it is.
sunbrewed sweet tea, Popsky asked. No,
No.
but it's something I've wanted to try. We normally just do like a cold brew unsweet in the fridge.
yeah. And we actually haven't made tea in a while.
Because we don't have any room in this fridge for pitchers or like taller things.
Yeah.
So we don't have room. If we had room, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I like having tea around because I like having another way of getting caffeine into my body that's not coffee. That can be fun.
Sometimes I do cold brew green tea with like sencha leaves.
That's-
like high quality
It's
green
fine.
tea.
I definitely prefer black tea. And for anyone that's like out of the loop for all of this, sweet tea or unsweet tea, it's black tea. There's if it's always black tea, like 100% of the time. If you were ever to ask for sweet tea in a restaurant and they brought you green tea, I think you're legally allowed to flip the table and burn the restaurant down. That's like codified into law. But that would never happen because no one would ever do that. It's always black tea.
Haley was making some cold brew herbal tea when we were in Birmingham. It was like blueberry.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really good.
It was good. Renee says, I would ask your lawyer. I'm pretty sure.
I've realized I'm real picky about tea lately.
I'm not.
I want Japanese green or citrus herbal with no weird stuff in it. Like, I like lemon tea, but not like lemon ginger.
Yeah. There's been times where Mao has asked for tea, like in the evening, and I'll say, sure, I'll make you some tea. And I was like, you want lemon? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, lemon ginger? And she's like, no.
No.
And I'm like, okay. They're pretty similar. Milk does not belong in tea. It's fine, but like it's...
Kimikawa.
Leave that to the
I need you to be more specific about Japanese green tea. There's been things I've tried that I like. Basically, everything I've tried that's Japanese for green tea I like, but then I'll try like Lipton or other US brands of green tea, and I don't like them. So I have like a Sencha Gold it looks like dried like lawn clippings. Like that's what the leaves look like, and I really like that. And then I have packets, and I know what they look like. I could go get one, but that's my other favorite that I get. And I like matcha, but I really only like it in like a cold latte style drink.
I want to talk more about this. I want to try and catch up on alerts, because we're 30 minutes behind on alerts. It was really important
I
to
need
talk
to go get
about
my
this.
green tea.
Oh boy! A land made
Let me
of
catch up on
milk and
alerts.
honey.
And then we'll go back into this. Mal's extremely excited about this. We got 300 bits from Mackenzie619 says, so this morning's been a doozy. At around 8, the fire alarm in my dorm went off, and lo and behold, it's also snowing outside. I don't have class till 1. I'm having a good day. Sometimes having a good day is just kind of like a mindset. Even like when things are just like burning down around you. It's just, if you tell yourself enough, you can sometimes convince yourself a little bit. You'd be like, huh, Christmas Day is interesting. I will appreciate it because it's different and interesting.
The fire alarm is the worst thing.
I mean, I agree. Especially because, like, I feel like the fire alarms at the dorms were way louder than a home one.
Yeah.
Because at home, it's just beep, beep, and you're like, ah. But then the dorm...
We were told we'd get fined if we didn't left the building. And we were in the freshman dorm, so it was like, oh god, we can't afford that. So, like, it would go off random times, and it always sucked.
Did I tell you about the time that me and Alex... Who else? Probably Dan and Taylor. It's probably just the four of us. Did I ever tell you about the time that the fire alarm went off when we were eating at O House?
Yeah.
And, like, we didn't leave?
Yeah, we just talked about that while we were in Birmingham. You and Alex talked about it.
Oh, okay. For those who haven't heard the story, the real quick version. When we were... I don't know if we were sophomores or freshmen at the time, but we had went to the cafeteria, and one of the things that you can do at the cafeteria was there was a little balcony like area. So you went in, and the first floor was all the food, but then you could walk up these steps and sit on the balcony and overlook the entrance to the cafeteria. And there wasn't a lot of room up there, but there was room at least for like 1 or 2 tables. So the four of us went and got our food, and we're like, oh, it's a nice day, let's sit on the balcony. So we went up there, we sit on the balcony, we're eating, and during this time, there had been a lot of fire alarm tests. Like, there were so many fire alarm tests because they were testing a new system or something that they had been going off just a lot. This had been happening multiple times a day to the point where everyone was ignoring the fire alarms. Like, no one was coming out of the dorms anymore because they were just testing stuff, and everyone was like, I'm not bothering with this.
Someone said, what's O House?
Oh,
Oglethorpe.
Oh, yeah, it was just one of the dorm names. It was Oglethorpe House. So we're on the balcony, and fire alarm starts going off. And the four of us are like, we're not gonna move. So we're just eating, we're doing our thing, and we're completely ignoring the fire alarm and just eating. And at some point, we look down over the balcony, and like the entire student body that was in the cafeteria is out on the road, and they're all looking up at us eating. And there was one of the people in charge or whatever. It was like you need to get down here now. And we're like, okay, sure. We go to leave. They locked the doors? Which isn't, first off, that's insane. The idea that the fire alarm is going off, let me lock the doors so the fire can't escape? I don't know.
Well, they do close the doors because it controls the spread for, like, oxygen flow.
Why would they lock them?
Fires need oxygen. A lot of the time they're on magnets, and then when the fire alarm goes off, the magnets are an electrical system that disengages, so they close the doors, but they still should have been able to swing open.
So it was automated.
They're not supposed to lock.
So no one was trying to kill us.
But they're not supposed to lock.
Anyway, it was like a series of very quick bad events where it's like, oh, everyone did leave. Oh, everyone's looking at us. Oh, we can't get out.
Coffee.
So then because they're like, you need to get down here now. So then we leave to go towards the door, and then we all have to come back, and we're like,
door's locked.
We can't. And then someone had to go in and let us out so we could come out. And then by the time we even get out there, the alarm stops because it's another stupid test. And then everyone goes back in and we can finish our meal. Anyway. Now you know. As a general rule, like, if you're going to do a fire alarm test, like, my advice would be not to do, like, a bunch.
Yeah.
It's a boy that cried wolf, because eventually you're going to ignore it.
Yeah, when I was teaching, we had like a day or like a whole week where things kept going off. And so at some point they would start making announcements like they're working on it. like, ignore this one or whatever. And then, like, some of them we still had to go outside for. And when you teach a class of 30 crazy freshmen, you have to, like, go to the spot, count them all, and make sure they're not throwing pine cones at each other or walking down and talking to their friend.
I'm sorry. We got 9 months from Takwa. 3 months from Domo Arigato 137. 300 bits from Noir Kid who says, the clown back. Clown never leaves, really. 300 from Line Rider says, speaking of successful food recommendations, Honey O's are amazing. I had them for breakfast this morning. I'm glad. That continues to be the best cereal I've had in the last 10 years. And I've been trying other cereals. I never talked about it on the vlog or on TikTok or anything, but I tried Honey Bunches of Oats. They're fine. They're fine.
They're not Honey O's.
They're no Honey O's, I'll tell you that. They're fine. 500 bits from Dragon Loot says, hey there, internet grandparents. I just started a new job as a software engineer, and I'm super happy and just wanted to share the love. Stay heckin' awesome.
Congratulations.
Congrats. It's a good feeling whenever you move into a new career, whether it's a new career or just a new job, and things are just working out. So I am glad to hear it. Congrats. I hope that continues to be a good position for you. We got 300 bits from Radio Dread. Says, all right, let's bring back the term discomfort streamer affectionate. The way I feel about breakfast stream is like, the door's always there, like people can always leave.
There's the door.
Yeah, and I can always leave too. But it's just it's good to have these discussions. You know what I mean? That's what I think. It's Stockholm Syndrome. Maybe. Maybe like a little bit. And yeah, we don't lock the door. The door's there. Unlike what my college did. It's unlocked.
But door is locked.
No. Not on breakfast stream. Clearly. Because that's how Thomas got in.
No, door's locked downstairs.
300 from Froggy Smile says, hey, normally I'd lurk. But I thought I'd chime in with the Florida talk as I'm writing a report on Burmese pythons in the Everglades, and wow, they have such a massive impact there. I'd highly recommend reading about it. I'm like aware of the impact they have, but probably not like hyper aware. I just know that it's a problem.
We've seen a few videos about it.
We've watched a few like little mini docs about the python problem in Florida. They pay you to hunt them.
There's bounties.
There's a bounty program for pythons in the Everglades. So you can just like
there's like a prize for like getting really big ones too, because then they're breeding size.
Yeah. And I think you get
same with iguanas too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen. I think it was a Vice doc, actually. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. A little, probably not the most comfortable mini doc for people to watch because they're just killing iguanas and snakes. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting because like it's that big of a problem where it's like there are way too many of these, and they are destroying the entire ecosystem. And they do. Mm-hmm. They do.
It started...
Fun thing about giant snakes, they eat everything.
And it's not just, like, people releasing pets.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not helping, because that does happen, but there was a zoo, I can't remember if it was a zoo or, like, a research facility in southern Florida. Mm-hmm. It was one or the other, and a hurricane came through. And, like, that's what started a big influx of it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's neat. I like learning about that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Snakes big. Snakes eat a lot. And they breed. And then there's more. Snakes. We were having a conversation the other night. this is another tangent, but welcome to Breakfast Stream. I saw this toy online, and it was this toy made for cats, and I guess dogs, I don't know. And it was like, it was a king snake. It was the coloration of a king snake, and it like wiggled around on the floor. It wouldn't work on carpet, it'd work on like hardwood floor, and it like wiggled around, and then the cats chased it. And then if you stop messing with it for like a minute, it goes into sleep mode, and then if you tap it, it like wakes back up and starts to move again. And when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that's a neat idea for a toy. And I went down into the comments, which just don't ever do that. But I went down into the comments, and one of the comments was like, I think I'd rather teach my cats to stay away from coral snakes. And I went back up to the video, and I was like, that's not a coral snake. It's a king snake. And I scroll back down, and someone was like, yeah, red on yellow, good fellow, red on black, kill my friend Jack or whatever. And I was like, that's not the rhyme. I was like, that's backwards. I was like, if you ever ran into an actual coral snake in the wild, you would die because you learned it incorrectly. It made me briefly very angry. Not angry enough to actually leave a comment, but angry enough to tell Mal, like while we're laying in bed, like, Mal, can you believe this? Get a load of this. This idiot. Anyway, that's my story.
Red next to yellow is
bad. Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Red on black, you're okay, Jack. You don't even need the second part. Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Red on yellow, kill a fellow. Also, and this is another fun thing, if you see a snake, just don't go near it.
Yeah.
It's a really great philosophy. See a snake? Leave it alone. It does not matter if it is a venomous snake or not. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. You see a snake, you're like, ah, snake! There's no part of my brain that's like, now, let's see.
Don't pet that dog.
Chat says that doesn't rhyme, though. How about, is that a snake? Oh, goodness sake. How's that? Is a good rhyme? Or does that not give enough instruction? I like that. I hated that. Okay, how about oh, here's a good one. Is that a snake? Do not take. That one's good. That was good. I'll take the non-rhyming. The non-rhyming one is great because you don't have to think about it at all. You just think, is that a snake? Get away from it. Why are you near a snake? You don't need to be near a snake. I understand that there's like a desire. Sometimes children, they're like, oh, I got a little garter snake. And they're playing with the garter snake. Okay. Anything that's not clearly a garter snake, don't touch it. Why are you touching it? Just get away from it. You don't need to play with a snake. There's no part of my brain that ever was like, I think I'm going to play with this snake I found on the ground. No. Every time I've ever seen a snake, I go, that's a snake. And then I leave. I leave the area. It doesn't matter if it's a rat snake or a rattlesnake. It does not matter. Nope. I've never seen a rattlesnake. We have them. I've never seen one.
We do have them. We have two types of them.
I've seen water moccasins, and I've seen coral snakes, and I've seen plenty of copperheads. I've never seen a rattlesnake. What is this? Yes. Thank you, Dad. My dad sent me the rhyme for the coral snakes. Red touching black, safe for Jack. Red touching yellow, kill a fellow. This is the only rhyme that will identify a coral snake, one of the deadliest serpents in North America. It is important to acknowledge that the snake rhyme poem does not apply to all areas of the world. Yeah, I mean, if you're in, Indonesia. And I don't know anything about the snakes in Indonesia, so it might be completely different. But here, that applies. And also, again, just don't touch snakes. I don't want to touch snakes. I don't have a problem with snakes, but I'm not, like, itching to be like, pass. What tangent number was that? Are we on the tangent like 4 or 5? We're doing good. We're trying to be the record. 43 months from Micro X Roses. 8 months from Marianne Martin. 300 bits of Minecrafting Live says, any thoughts on boba? We just...
It was after the CT.
Yeah, so like a few weeks ago, we just had it again for the first time in like a while. It's fine. It's not bad. It's just there's so many other things I'd rather have. Basically, you know, and the way I put it in the vlog is that if I was with a group of people and they were all getting boba, I would get boba. But I would rather have a milkshake. Man, I'd rather have a milkshake. I'd rather have a smoothie. I'd rather have a slushie, an icy. Like boba's fine, but it's definitely, it ranks very low on my special fun sweet drinks list. Yeah. Again, it doesn't mean I don't like it. It's fine. But what if you had a smoothie? I'd rather have a milkshake should be my life motto. It's not a bad way to live. 30 bits from LHMS1704 says, okay, so I found a recipe online and 400 grams, 4 cups of sugar hurts my soul. I pretty much don't eat regular sugar, but my God, that's a lot. 4 cups of sugar for a gallon of tea would be, that's kind of insane.
That's more of a 2-gallon.
I would hope that that's 2 gallons, or maybe just not a gallon type thing. So, 400 grams is not 4 cups. I don't know how much. I can't do that. I don't know that measurement. But yeah, Popsky says 4 cups is insane, and I'm from Texas. 250 grams is a cup? Is that what that is? Okay, so that would be like a cup and a half. Oh, we do way more than that. Okay, so doing that measurement is
LMHS
like...
next alert.
Oh, LHMS... Sorry, I should have just read ahead. Sorry, I meant 2 cups. 2 cups. 400 grams is about 2 cups. Yeah, so... yeah, I've definitely seen a gallon of tea made with 3. So what would be the equivalent of like 600 grams, I guess? Is that the math on that? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Don't second guess yourself, Steven. Just
say yeah.
Just say yeah. It's like 600 grams of sugar, and like if that sounds like a lot, it is. It's like that's a stupid amount of sugar, but like you know. That I kind of wonder how much is in McDonald's, because again, like McDonald's is really sweet. Like anytime I've ever had it, I'm like, this isn't good. It's just you've went too far. Stop. Go back to the drawing board. Sweet tea can be sweet and just be like you only need half. You can put a half a cup of sugar. And, like, it's sweet. It's sweet. You know what the worst is? My apologies to everyone that I'm now talking directly to and I'm offending. I'm just going to tell it like it is. Folks that order the unsweet tea and then have all of the sugar packets brought out to them and then do it themselves. For one, that's not sweet tea. Because it's only when it's hot that it actually gets dissolved in. Otherwise, that's just unsweet tea with floaters in it. The advantage is that you can control the amount of sugar that's in your tea. That's good. However, a lot of times whenever we were working at Carrabba's and I saw people do that, they were doing it because they were adding more sugar to that glass of tea. That's a lot. That's a lot. The other advantage,
is if you don't have real sugar if you're someone who likes
I'll give them that.
sweet and low or
Splenda. Splendor. What's the other one?
Milk and
Stevia?
honey.
equate,
Stevia.
not equate.
Stevia? Stevia.
Equals another one.
Stevia?
Stevia, the green one. There's the yellow packet, the pink, the blue,
I'll give folks a pass
and
on
green.
that. I'll give folks a pass on that. I have a harder time giving them a pass on adding real sugar to unsweet tea, especially if it's. I'm gonna give you a horrific memory of mine. I live with this every day, and now you have to. When I was young, my grandmother came to visit, and my cousin. Shout out to him wherever he is. I hope he's doing well. Came to visit. Went out to a restaurant. We ordered sweet tea. Everybody orders sweet tea. It's a cultural thing. Even for my grandparents who lived in West Virginia, actually. So anyway, my cousin orders sweet tea. Also gets
Sugar?
the sweet and low packets. 1, 2, 3. This is a cup. This is it's not a gallon. They're not bringing him a gallon at the 4, 5. I sat there and watched this. We already had sweet tea. I had drank it. It was sweet. Could confirm. 7, 8, 9. He did taste it at like 4 and 6. But it was at like 9. It was like 9 packets. Where he was finally like, now it's sweet. Relude says, yeah, your cousin's probably dead. Can't confirm. Haven't spoken in a while. Not because of that. Or because of any reason. Just because we haven't talked in a long time.
All the not sugar substitutes,
Yeah.
like equate and sweet and low, make me nauseous.
They don't make me nauseous.
And if
but I know they make
I can
you sick.
tell. Like, we had that popcorn the other day, and I had eaten a few, and I was like, I don't feel great. I think I taste that. And then I went and looked on the ingredients, and it was like, yep.
It does make some people sick.
Yeah.
It fortunately doesn't make me sick, because otherwise how would we finish all the Coke Zero when there's Coke Zero left in our fridge?
I know.
I'm the Coke Zero man.
No, you're not. But you end up doing that.
Well, yeah, I take on the role. I take on the role when necessary. But I know it makes some people feel ill. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. Yeah. Also, some of the Mr. Zip reminded me. Some of the popcorn that we got, that popcorn, is sweetened. But but it's with the.
That's
thing.
what I was eating. That
Yeah.
I figured.
Is that what you were saying?
Yes. That I was eating it and got nauseous, and then had
Did you seriously just say that?
that taste. Yeah.
And I grabbed enough to know that you were eating something but not the popcorn, and then I clarified. I was like, yeah, that happened with the popcorn.
I was like, yes, that's
It's a morning.
what
It's
I'm talking
fine.
about.
It's fine. It's fine. 300 Bits from Goldmage just says, sugar! I used to have 1 to 3 Coke cans a day, then stopped, but lately my occasional coffee has turned into 1 to 3 iced cappuccino every day, so I might not be any better off. So
what I've been doing, because I used to put like a tablespoon of sugar in my coffee, is I started using less and less.
You're right in the sense that, like, if you're drinking that many cappuccinos, it's not super great, especially if there's sugar in there. My advice for folks who are having coffee specifically, where you are very much in control of like how much sugar you're putting into your drink, if you really want to change, because you have to be serious about it, if you really want to change, slowly wean yourself off of it. Because if you do it really slowly, over time, you won't notice it. It'll be so gradual that you don't notice it. Because people are like, how can you drink coffee black? It's like, well, if you get there, after you're there for a while, like, of it not being very sweet, like, you just get rid of it completely, and you don't even need it anymore. So, that'd be my advice, is to try and wean yourself off of it a little bit. And that's the what we were talking about earlier with the sweet tea and unsweet tea too, is that if you can develop the taste for it, it's way healthier, to just skip all the sugar, and then you end up genuinely liking it.
I mean, that's how I feel about tea. The tea
Yeah, that's
that
what I mean.
like, as I'm picky about it. Like, I drink those without milk, sugar, anything.
Yeah.
No honey.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
You get there. That's wild. Colemate says the funny thing is, when I drink regular coffee, I don't put any sugar in it. Just drink that. Just do that. Solved. Also, 300 bits from Colemate says, fire can't go through doors, silly. It's not a ghost.
Can we go back to tea now?
Let me finish these alerts. Please. 5 months from Jacob Weedle 71. 23 months from Ziasarn. Also, 300 bits from Jacob says, good morning, grandparents. Today is officially day 2 of living in my 20s.
Happy birthday!
I'm super stoked to not have the word teen attached to my age because I feel like there's a bad stigma that comes with it. Maybe it's just me. Let's have a Tuesday.
I totally understand that feeling. It was like, finally.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that there's a mindset. So when you're a teenager, you feel, I think especially as you approach like 18, you're like, oh, I'm old.
Yeah.
And then almost as soon as you hit that, you realize you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're immediately like, wait, I'm not as old as I think I am. Mm-hmm. And I think it really is. It's that suffix, teen. And as soon as you get out of that, you feel a little bit better. And then you turn 21. And that's like a bullet point.
For some people.
Yeah. And then you turn 25.
And you can rent a car.
You can rent a car. That's really what life is all about, is turning 25 and being able to rent a car without paying a premium. Anyway, happy birthday. Enjoy your 20s. My 20s were good.
Yeah.
I spent almost a third of my life in my 20s. 11 months from Simmer44. 300 bits from Jay Linebacker says, in Malaysia there's actually a snake farm. They often eat slugs for pest control. I don't have a problem with a snake farm.
No.
It'd be a little weird if there was a venomous snake farm. I'd be like,
I don't have a problem with snakes as long as they're not near me.
how near?
What do you got? Hognose?
A snake in my boot. Also, that was the other thing with that toy. Like, why would you... It looked like it would be neat for a cat, right? The cat would get some enjoyment out of it. There's no part of me that wants to wake up and forget that I bought the stupid cat toy and be like, Christ, there's a coral snake in the house. And then go, wait, no, it's a king snake. Christ, there's a king snake in the house. Like, there's no part of me that wants to do that.
Swiffer Sleeper says, you had one around you one time on the vlog, though. That was my friend's ball python, and that was the first time I had held a snake. I didn't know anything about them, and I was really freaked out. But now I know a little bit more, because I started watching a YouTube channel.
Snakes are
And I feel like
fine.
I'd be okay with some snakes now. But I don't want one, and I do not want one in my house.
I know we talked about it whenever we went to Florida. Whenever we were there with your whole family.
Yeah.
And we were out walking on the nature trails.
And there was the cottonmouth.
Well, it was just, I watched you and Carly and Kyle and Mark and Rhonda, and you're all walking, just looking straight ahead, and I'm like, fools. Fools. You can tell who grew up in Wisconsin and who grew up here. You gotta look at your feet. When you step on a snake and you bite your ankle.
What about those tree snakes?
Ah! Tree snake! Pegamon says, yeah, and you were wearing sandals. That is part of my cultural identity. Also, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I am an expert at wearing sandals. 300 Bits from Gabriel says, when I worked at McDonald's, I was putting a 5-pound bag of sugar in a big canister. How big are those carafes?
I don't remember.
I'm real curious.
They
Someone
pre-weighed
can
our
find
sugar
out.
in bags when we worked at Carrabba's.
Chrissy says 6 gallons.
5 pounds or 6 gallons?
6
That's a
gallons.
lot.
6 gallons sounds right. I'm willing to bet Chrissy's right. I mean, it's going to depend, right, on the specific restaurant, because it's
Yeah.
not like all those crafts are identical, but 6 gallons, 7 gallons, around that. What's that in metric? I don't know. Ask your phone. Someone do the conversion for 6 gallons into metric. A 5-pound bag. So you're looking at roughly a pound per gallon, maybe a little less than a pound per gallon. 27 liters. Somewhere in the mid 20 liters for one of those big carafes. Neat.
5 pounds is 2.2 kilograms.
There's so much math that has to be.
5 pounds.
I
is
love the
11
internet.
kilograms?
I love the internet. It's really interesting doing a show like this where you've got international viewers, because you talk about something and half of the people are like, yeah, and the other half are like,
Convert to Celsius.
and then like everyone gets it, but they get it like a second later. You say something alarming, and everyone that is in the same system is like, wow, that's alarming, and everyone else is like, is that alarming? That's alarming. It's I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. I like it. Anyway, it says, important question. You have Utz chips down there. I grew up on Utz chips. I grew up because Utz is Pennsylvania, right?
I think so.
I think Utz is Pennsylvania, like Snyder. And when my grandparents in Maryland, they always had Utz stuff. So I grew up eating Utz chips, and like that was kind of like the de facto chip brand that we would have. And now that's my favorite potato chip. I
like the ones in the paper craft bag.
that is Grandma Utz's normal potato. It's a really specific looking bag. Favorite chip.
It's in like brown paper.
Yeah, is a very specific look to it. But that is my favorite chip in the world. And I often, actually, if you watch like some of the Christmas vlogs, a lot of times my mom gets me a bag or two of those chips for Christmas. Just I love them so much. They good. Wise is good too, but I recently bought a bag of Wise chips, and I was furious because it was like a normal price for a bag of chips, and the bag was 90% air. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy. It's a normal bag, and I opened it up, and there were this many chips in it, and I was like, it's worse than what you were thinking. Based on that interaction, I would never buy Wise chips again, because I was like, this is crazy. I don't know how they're doing this. 300 Bits from Jay Lineback says, so I'm curious, did you study on the day of your finals? I tended not to, as I found I got far more stressed and forgetful due to it.
I looked over my notes, but I don't think I studied like I had prior.
Yeah. Yeah, not usually. Like, I know that there's some folks that, like, they're, like, walking to class, and they're, like, looking over the thing, and then they're sitting before the exam starts, and they're looking over the thing. And I don't know. I'm with Mao. You either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's fine to review something, especially if there's, like, one or two things that you're having trouble with, to just kind of be like, okay, try and remember this, or come up with a stupid rhyme for it. But otherwise, no, not really. Man, I wish everyone luck as we get close to final season here.
Yeah.
I really do. And as always, when we talk about school and exams, it just reminds me that I'm glad that I'm done. And I hope all of you finish strong, and then you get to the point where you look back and you're like, I'm glad that I'm done. It's a great feeling. A lot of I don't feel like I had a lot of anxiety for test taking and stuff in school, but I've developed a lot after.
Why?
I don't know. Like, it's like looking back, I'm like, oh, I didn't like that. It's just kind of weird. Anyway. Hi, Emil. Yeah, I saw some folks were talking about Xenoblade earlier. It's been pushed forward, which is a weird.
So I picked up
That
this
doesn't
tea
normally
from
happen with
downstairs.
games. Oh yeah, Mal's wanted to talk about tea.
I picked out my favorite two, and they're both sencha.
Yeah.
This is the loose, and you can kind of see it down here, and it kind of looks like grass clippings. I don't know how well you can actually see that. It's dark green. This is my favorite. I do this cold brew, and then this is the kind I use for hot tea.
I do like strong green tea. One of my issues with green tea is that I tend to find it, and I think this is just the nature of it, is that, yeah, it's not as strong as black tea. One of the reasons I like black tea is that it's so strong. But if you can make green tea strong, I like it.
This is gold sencha.
Yeah.
After the leaves are picked, they are steamed, rolled, and dried, resulting in a shiny, needle-like leaf.
Neat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Green tea to baggie. That's because this plastic container bag didn't have a zip on it, so it spilled all over. And then I just threw it in a bag.
Let's wrap up for today. We went pretty we went pretty long on a breakfast stream this morning, which is fine. We had a lot to say.
We gotta go get mail and go to the recycling and groceries.
Yeah. We there
Coffee.
There might be guests on Thursday. There might be guests on Thursday. I'm not, like, entirely sure.
I think so, unless they don't want to be.
Yeah, if they don't want to be, they don't have to be. And then also...
But they will be here.
Yeah. I've never heard a more uncertain tone. Well, yeah, I'm not, like, certain. If they, you know, they have to want to be, and then also... It's more than one person, so we don't fit on this couch, so I have to move equipment. I don't like moving equipment.
I know. Didn't we have 4 up here before where we just zoomed out and then put, like, a chair behind?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No one wants to do that. I mean, it's way easier. It's way easier. I'll sit back there. Out of ease.
Okay.
The hard part is like, so we have 2 stream boxes now. That's great. You know what we don't have? Extra C-stands and mics.
Can't we just do this setup we had in Alabama downstairs?
Yeah. It doesn't sound as good, but yeah.
It's just one day.
Yeah. 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 Anyway. During bits from Jacob says, also, who needs to study for finals when the, that looks about right method is flawless? It's true, though. Once you've studied, you go with your gut. That's a skill that they taught us in like an SAT prep class or something, and it's totally true.
That's what they taught us in ACT prep.
Yeah, like if you, and this is just really good if no one's ever heard this before when you're going into your finals. Whatever your first inclination is, go with it. Because your brain is doing a lot of processing stuff like on its own. When you look at something, there's automated junk going on in your brain. Your brain knows stuff that you don't know. Third eye decalcified. So you look at that question and your brain's like, I think it's A. And if you give it a second, you'll read it. you'll read it and you'll be like, but is it C? And your brain's like, I guess it might be C, I don't know. If your brain said it was A, go with A. Just do it. Just like, read the question, read the answers, but as soon as your brain makes a decision, go do it. Trust it. Every
32
time.
is really good Swiffer Sweeper.
Like, you definitely want to trust it. Yeah. So if anyone has not heard that, now's a great time as we go into finals.
Yeah.
Like, that's some of the best advice you'll ever get. That and sleep is real good. Yeah. Kennedy says, don't second guess your own thoughts. It's true. Yeah. Well, O'Doodle says sometimes questions try to trick you. If you reread the question and it's like, oh, that's different. But if you don't get one of those moments, then just go with whatever you thought first. That's my advice. Now, if you don't know the question, then you're screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Then it's C.
There's definitely been tests I've taken where I've been like, some of them gotta be C, 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 C. Study, and then you do your best. Things happening today. It's Tuesday, which we established.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna nap. That doesn't involve y'all, but I'm excited about it.
You don't have a whole lot of time to nap.
No, I don't. Ha!
Because I got an ETA, so.
Yeah! I'll fit it in. So one of the things that I did that I was doing last night is I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't have to work for a few days while we have guests. So I did that, and that's good. There are...
Did we have beans?
Hey, Chaz fixed the beans. Thanks, Chaz. One of the things is that there's just content scheduled, which is one of those things that everyone will go, of course it is, but...
I didn't do anything, but you're welcome.
Chaz, what would you have done if it wouldn't have worked? And I would have been like, Chaz, you didn't fix the beans. Would you have had to been like, I tried? Really?
I miss Chaz.
I miss Chaz. Don't. I'll cry. I got to see Alex and Haley, and it made me miss Chaz. And I've seen Chaz a lot more. Where was I? I got sidetracked.
Stuff that's coming out this week. My children also miss Chaz.
Who doesn't miss Chaz? So Stephen Plays stuff scheduled. Memorable moments scheduled. Vlogs scheduled. I got you. Vlogs every day at 3. Like one a day at 3. Listen, I can only do so much. There's too much going on.
You are one man.
I am one man.
A tall one, but
I am
one
one tall man doing the things, and there's at least a vlog coming out on 3 o'clock every day. And the big thing. This is neat. Maybe you'll find this neat. You might. You don't know.
Shorts?
Yeah, that's the new thing since last breakfast stream. We launched a completely new channel, which is which sounds insane, but it's not. It's not. We launched a completely new channel called Stephen Plays Shorts, and it is a channel of just shorts, like the content that is vertical that you watch on your phone. And they're coming out every day. And they are classic Stephen Plays moments, but sometimes a little remixed and always like reframed to fit the phone real good. Yeah.
You did like 2 weeks of them or something?
Yeah. So I handled the initial run. I have them set for the next 2 weeks, but we're gonna be onboarding Emmy to do them. That's the plan. So I'm gonna be working with Emmy to get them all set. Because Emmy's been working. Have we said that?
I don't think so.
I think we've maybe said Emmy's been doing memorable moments. I don't know if we said that. I can't remember what I've said. I can't remember with my head.
You got the first batch.
Yeah, Emmy's been doing memorable moments now for a little while. and been doing great.
And now they go into the memorable moments folder, and then Steven just picks from them.
Yeah, so I never did tell. Okay, well, I'm telling you now. It's so hard. It's so hard to remember anything because I've got like 3 things in my head that I'm always like keeping track of. Like I tell patrons stuff. Like as soon as I like know that something's happened, I'm like, hey patrons, here's the thing happening. Then what happens is I end up telling folks on stream, like usually breakfast stream. And then my brain's like, you did it, you told everyone. And then sometimes I just never tell the vlog because I knew that I said it on camera, but it's to breakfast stream, and there's people that don't watch the streams, and then they're like, why didn't you tell us that this happened? And I'm like, I forgot, I'm sorry. I'm just doing my best. But yeah.
There's also like you telling me, and then also like Chaz.
That is bad too. Where sometimes I have conversations with either you or Chaz, and I'm like, well, I told everyone. 2 people. I did it. Everyone knows about this thing now.
One of us and not the other.
Sorry. Sorry you had to find out. Anyway, yeah, so there's a Stephen Plays Shorts channel on YouTube. Subscribe if you like classic content. The idea behind it, it might be obvious, is that we're just trying to reach people that we've never reached before. Because YouTube designed the shorts in a completely different way than their normal videos, and it is designed to seep into the internet. I do not know how to explain that, but we've been working with, I don't know if we've even said that, we've been working with someone like in YouTube. Like they work for YouTube. We've been working with them
That's why there's been a few small changes.
Yeah, we've been making some changes to the channel because we've actually been working with someone like within YouTube, which is big. And I plan on making a video to release onto Stephen Plays about this in the super near future, like God willing before the end of April. And it'll go into about how we've been talking to them and dealing with all this stuff. And one of the recommendations that she made was, holy crap, you are sitting on 1,800 memorable moments. Turn them into shorts. And we were like, okay. So that's something that we're trying. And it's not necessarily for people who are already fans of the channel, but they would get something out of it because it's like, it's just classic Stephen Plays content that's, funny. And hopefully we'll reach new people with it. And if you prefer watching that sort of stuff on TikTok, we made a TikTok channel for it too. So it's the same stuff, comes out at the same time, but one's on YouTube, one's on TikTok. And it's also called Stephen Plays Shorts on TikTok. That was a lot of information. That was a whole lot.
My ears are doing great.
Good.
You can see they're like not red.
Fulfill your deepest desires with Tiny Eddie's brand new marshmallow tarts.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
Tiny
like
Eddie may have done it.
That's like a s'mores Pop-Tart. That was bits from Grabobly. It says bite-sized content. Tiny Eddie, what's some bite-sized snacks to go along with these bite-sized videos? Pop-Tarts actually would not be a bad choice.
Marshmallow?
I don't know that you can fulfill your deepest desires with Pop-Tarts. Your deepest desires may not be very deep if it's like just a Pop-Tart. But you could do it. We also have 8 months from Andrew Ray. Thank you, Andrew.
Becca, if you do get these, this is the back. It is tiny, tiny, tiny. And it's like flat on one side and round on the other. And my suggestion is to line it up and then twist from the front to screw it in. If I can get it back in now.
Anyway, we are wrapping up for today.
I know.
So let's not
Go
open a
ahead.
new can of tea. So yeah, all the normal stuff. Vlogs every day at 3 for the next few days. And if you're not already, Renee's got the links for you. You can subscribe on YouTube or follow on TikTok if that's where you prefer to get your bite-sized mobile content. Same stuff, but different places. And I sincerely hope that this does something. We'll see. If nothing else, it might be a good way to introduce your friends to the content. You can still send them like a link to like the memorable moment playlist, which is helpful because there's like thumbnails, because there's used thumbnails. But shorts of TikToks is a good way of getting people into it, I guess. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for being here. This is a heck of a morning. I'm a little more awake now.
Good.
A little bit. A little bit. And I hope you all have a good day. And we'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it might be us, but it might be more than us. I don't know.
More than us.
More than us. We should have named Steven and Friends Steven and More Than Steven. Or just More Than Steven.
Steven, and that's it.
More Than Steven is a great name. It's too late. We're committed to S&F. We're 10 years deep, but More Than Steven would have been... Because then the intro could have been More Than Steven. Like the more than word. Is all I have to... More than Steven. Because I won't let you go. I actually don't know. Renee said my cat started yelling. I don't actually know the words to that. 300 bits from Satsy says, Poop Fairy, no! And with that, we're done. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see y'all on Thursday. Dome!